What is going on, everybody? We are back once again with another edition of Wrestling Republic's Off the Air. It is Tuesday night, so you know exactly what that means. It's NXT Off the Air, and I completely messed up the Instagram side of this, so I will get that sorted. If your friends are watching on Instagram, let them know I put it under practice, so that's totally not going to work. But we will figure that out momentarily. I have the usual crew hanging with me. I'm going to send this one out to the DMV first. To Shoddy, what's good? Get your twos up. It's the Tuesday night delight.
What up, y'all? We are here in a new environment, a new place, a new home. You know, this is the first episode in the new crib, so it's exciting for me. This ain't gonna be the setup because I'm still unpacking and stuff, but I can't run from the grind, man. I told him, yo, I ain't gonna miss NXT off the air. So we back in the building today. And I'm excited, man. You see the painting? My wife made that for me for Christmas a couple years ago. I'm a big Pokemon fan. If you need commission on paintings, holla at your boy. She got you. But let's get into it, man. And Hello Kitty's over there too.
Absolutely. Let's get into it. Before we do, there's someone out in Louisville that we need to believe in, and we got to talk to him first. Of course. Dryzzy, what is it again?
We can't believe in Instagram, and it looks like we're not being able to believe in Twitter X either. But good morning, afternoon, and evening. It's the guy you should believe in because I'm here, unlike Instagram and X. Let's get that fixed, guys.
Okay, wait. Carry me for 15 more seconds, and I'll have Instagram up.
I think X is working though, because I see the views.
I don't know
on
what's
there.
going on with X. It's telling me that this broadcast is not available, but maybe that's just me. Maybe it's not available in my region. Maybe it's not worldwide like we are. I don't know why.
Okay. Well, one thing I will say is we are officially now live on Instagram, and if you didn't see the intro already, I will say Shad is in a new location and stoked to be broadcasting from that location. Dryzzy is still here and still that guy you should believe in, and we're here for Tuesday nights. Not only that, by the way, Drizz, to your point, I did just see all of the Twitter, aka X, followers come in when it comes to views. So it does look like we are fully operating on all platforms.
Okay, yes, it just can't do for me now. Okay, we're
good.
All right.
That.
All right, yep. We're good now.
We're back. We're so back. Okay. Let's talk about NXT tonight, though, because that's why we're here.
Go NXT.
Another electric episode. This one was wild. We have Ethan Page versus Axiom. Interesting match out of the gates. Let's start with that because I want to end with the main event tonight because I just feel like we can't go with that out of the gates, John. And I know you were ready to. I know you were chomping on the bit, but I made an executive decision. It was too stressful in the beginning of the show to get Instagram working and make sure Twitter was working. That's why I shuffled the deck. This is on me. I went dealer's choice. It's my fault. But Dryzzy, I'm sorry when it comes to Ethan Page and Axiom. I don't know if you saw this earlier in our text stream amongst the three of us, but A Kid has been enjoying his retirement. Axiom is a huge fan of A Kid's earlier career, of course.
I wonder if Axiom is the reason is like he has a poster of Gabe Kidd on his wall because that is like that's so nice of Gabe to be like that. Well, A Kid to be like that toward him. I gotta love 100%. That. This was a really good match. I know Ethan Page. It feels like he just came in like at like a lightning bolt. Went straight to the main event, and this kind of a step back for him. But one thing you have to remember is currently the NXT main event scene is paper thin. They have to build people up. And I think this match did a really good job. And last week with Nathan Frazier and Eddie Thorpe did a really good job of making a case for putting them in the main event scene. Nathan Frazier looks good in the ring with the main eventers. And Axiom looked like a star in the ring with Ethan Page. He kept Ethan on his toes, and it even got to a point where Ethan had to go dig and really go ego to really pull off the win. Like he literally had to throw his last really good clothesline in order to knock Axiom out because Axiom had an answer for everything that he was doing. A very good match. I think we're getting ready to enter the final act of the Fraxium storyline of them being a team, and we might be getting ready to see them go head to head.
No doubt about it. And I'll say this too when it comes to Fraxium. Nathan Frazier had a bit of a fudge up on the microphone today.
Yes.
Did he not? Shad, right? I mean, we saw that. Whoops. I'm the guy that makes us so good. No, I didn't say that, right?
Yeah,
whoa, right? Like,
yeah, you would think his name was Tyler, how he got baited into that line, you know?
Oh, did that got him, Shoddy.
NXT punter.
100%. When it comes to this, we got the tag team division. It's a part of this. We talked about on the show itself. It was discussed. You know, you got tag guys going for world titles and things like that, right?
Mm-hmm.
Interesting how that was a factor. I don't know, man. I've been complaining about the tag team division all day. I did it already on the daily today. So I'm going to toss this one to you. I already did it. I spent like 15, 20 minutes with Chaos and Jordy about this one.
I see the vision of the tag team division in NXT. I feel like they're trying to find a way to display a lot of young up and coming people on the division. The problem I think NXT has, and obviously they are the development brand, but there isn't like a cohort team that can kind of be a vet and lead the way like they do have in the singles division. Because you got guys like Ethan Page, Sean Spears that have been wrestling for a minute now, right? So they can kind of lead the way with a lot of these young talent and kind of help them out through the process. Trick is even a veteran in his own right for how long he's been here. And you know these guys are eventually going to move up at some point. But on the tag division, you know the only veteran team at this point is Fraxium. They are the only team that have two established guys who have been doing this for a while. And Gallus as well. But, you know, Bronco and Nima, the other guys, I forgot the name. I think it's like Tyreek and I forgot the other gentleman on the team's name.
The butter boys.
Yeah, and I mean, I'm trying to figure out where my boy Malik Blade and Idris and Anofe are. But in regards to what the direction that they're going is, that it gives an ability to kind of showcase all of them and see who will rise in the sink or swim situation. Match-wise, the Iron Survivor match, thought it was a great match. I thought Ethan and Axiom had great chemistry. I thought the pacing was perfect. You know, solid bout. I think a lot of these Iron Survivor matches are great. A lot of what I'm assuming is going to happen is going to be the breakup between these guys, because there is the fatal four-way that they did allude to, that it's the last chance Survivor match for the four people that lost. And they're also going to defend their tag team titles at Deadline. So I think we're going to go in the direction where both of these dudes wrestle the tag team match and they also wrestle in the Iron Survivor match. I think it's going to be interesting how we get to that breakup. If you told me that they were going to break up a couple months ago, I would have been a little upset. But just how they've been booked the last few months, they kind of feel like they're running their course, and maybe them as single stars could be more beneficial. So, yeah.
I'm telling you, I'm calling it now. The men's Iron Survivor match is going first.
I'm gonna do it again, though. I'm gonna do it again today. This is the second time I'm gonna do it. We have DC Warlord, friend of the show, goes, Fraxium's gonna lose at Deadline. Bobby always enjoys watching our show. We appreciate that as well.
Yes.
Axiom did great in the match tonight. Why every single time that we have a strong tag team do we have to write a story about them breaking up and fighting each other? Why is this a thing? Why is this a trend? Why are we
like
rooting for it? Why is that okay? Why, if you go on an excellent run in the tag division, is that not okay enough or good enough? Why is their ceiling not higher? What can you accomplish on the main roster as a team? Why has this precedent been set where if a team goes, I was looking at the main roster today, and who are the top 3 greatest threats to the tag team titles on either roster on paper? Take what's going on with the current product aside. They're the Usos who broke up and now wear different gear and come out to different music. They're the New Day who next week at the reunion or anniversary, whichever you'd like to call it, are likely to break up. And they're the Street Profits who everybody's trying to rumor is about to break up.
And DIY.
Oh, yeah. And then DIY who basically did.
Yeah. Look, WWE has a very weird habit of breaking up tag teams after a little while. Like it is definitely a common reoccurrence for them. And to your point, I would like to see Fraxium get a little bit of a shake on the main roster, just because those teams that you named, those are a lot of compelling feuds. And them versus DIY, them versus the Motor City Machine Guns, them versus GOD. Like, there's a lot of dope matches that you could get. The Creeds, Ray and Dragon Lee. Like, there's tag teams established. You just gotta give us some, something to kind of sink our teams in.
Allow the tag teams to be tag teams, right? Allow the tag teams to win and lose together. It doesn't need to. This is the perfect example right here, too. DCX Warlord right here with A-Town Down Under. And what does the end game of their story feel like? Their inevitable breakup. Their inevitable breakup.
I forgot that was a thing. They've been teasing that breakup just mania.
And that's the biggest joke of it to me.
That's the team I want to break up.
The entire thing feels like, oh yeah, okay, it's about their eventual turn on each other, and it's bogus. It's like, let's just develop some tag teams. The War Raiders just lost in an opportunity against the Judgment Day, and the Judgment Day hasn't defended the titles on Raw in ages. Yeah. And sorry, now we're getting off topic, but sincerely, last night, one night ago, we have the War Raiders who earned a #1 contendership, lost in a solid Monday Night Raw match against the Judgment Day. And now what? Because my thought process is this. So the War Raiders earned this. We pay it off on Monday Night Raw. We're not going to see that at Survivor Series. Who are the #2 contenders? I'll wait.
The Alpha Academy.
Yeah, right? Or which one is it? Or is it American made? I don't know. Which one's which?
The actual Alpha Academy.
Right. Are they challenging at the PLE?
They are not. They just got the win over the New Day yesterday.
Yeah, exactly. And that's the go home show.
Which I hated that it was that quick.
This is to try and get us back on track. The reason why they're trying so hard to make tag teams in NXT matter so much more.
I think so too.
It's the exact reason why. The issue is, outside of Gallus and OTM, we don't know who any of them are. They don't put them on TV for us to know because we're
honestly, truth be told, OTM's not. They haven't really done anything for them to be labeled as a team to be known either, though.
They haven't, but we only.
Gallus is the only ones that are like seasoned vets. Yeah, they're her heavies.
We know ATM because of Jada Parker, and we know Gallus because they were stuck in NXT UK for the longest. They're the last of that damn breed, actually.
Yeah,
that's probably fair. I mean, in DC Warlord with OC,
I'm gonna be honest with y'all though, man. Like. And I gotta keep it real now, because I feel like a lot of the times people think I'm a little overly positive on NXT, and I gotta call the spade a spade. I'm willing to give it a shot. With this tag team stuff. I don't like any of these tag teams that are gonna compete for it at all. Like, I don't dislike them as people. I'm just not invested in any of the teams.
They haven't given us a reason to care.
Yeah, and the thing is this: when you throw them in these like backstage brawls and you do this, that, and third, that's cool. It looks dope to see. I mean, you seeing like 8 big MFers just throwing each other at cars and stuff. That's dope to see. But like, who are they? Like, well, why should I root for them? You know, you giving them short little like spurts of like them all talking over each other, then they're fighting. Like, there's not as a viewer, I'm not invested into any of them at all. And I'm willing to give it a shot. Obviously, they're making an effort for this storyline to be
Are they
something.
making an effort? I can't even say they're making an effort anymore because how many weeks now have we done this storyline where they're just brawling in the back?
Oh yeah, let me.
It's
let me
almost
put this out there too.
It's
Who
almost.
Is this guy? Who is this guy?
Yeah,
I know he's some.
He was in the brawl. He was in the brawl with Josh Briggs, and I'm like, bro, when did y'all become a team?
I know that Twitter tells me who he is. And you know what? Let's call it a spade because y'all too, because people do this to AEW all the time.
All the time.
Who is that? Where's
so
the story?
True.
Who is this guy?
Yes.
I can't even say that name. Is it Yokoshi Ikayama?
Yoshiki Inamura.
We know who he is, but what we're saying is
the
people
Why
don't
should
know.
I care about
He showed,
him? What has he
in
done?
fact, you know what his debut was? He sat there and had a video package saying, "Welcome to NXT from Pro Wrestling Noah." And then the next thing you know, he's standing watching the tag team brawl with Josh Briggs. And this is my type of crazy. And then the next week he's in the brawl. Like, you're already losing him.
Look, y'all, I know they have a relationship with Pro Wrestling Noah. That's not my point. But who is he? Like, nobody knows who he is. Like, not
and commentary didn't do like oh my goodness, he's here. Oh my gosh. Like, nobody sat there and told me. And that, Shad, you're making a great point. I'm actually 100% with you on this, Shad. Like, okay, so I get it. We've got this partnership with Noah and stuff. But tell me that story too. I don't need to be having to type to be like, wait a minute, what's the scoop here? Why is it such a like, right? Like, give us like, oh my goodness, he's here. Give us right? Like, it was very it was bouncy, right?
You have to be a little
like,
even.
We're here, there, and
Deontay, you're not understanding my point, bro. Obviously, I know who Utami Hayashishita is. I know that she wrestled Io Sky. I know all of that. I understand there's partnerships, but they ain't explain who this gentleman is. Y'all are like just basing off of matches.
NXT is not explaining it.
Yeah, like this is a whole different promotion.
And that's a rare slip up for them. That is a rare slip up for them.
They explain who Julia is. They explain who Stephanie Vaquer is. They explain who Delta is, right?
That's one of those things.
I need to know who this man is. Why is it? You know, I get it. Everyone's gonna be like, well, he wrestled Josh Briggs. Why are they tag team partners? Like, just because they wrestle, they become. That's his like.
They dapped up after, and now they're friends, right?
Because
like,
because they watch the guys fight.
Like, so what, right? Like,
he doesn't know who she is. Oh, you bugging? Utami is really hurt.
She is really good. I mean, by the way, and that's the thing is, if you don't know who they are either, then it's even worse. To your point, Shad, right?
Yeah,
it's even worse. It just needs to be explained on the product, and I think that's where you're really spot on there. And Dryzzy, like you made awesome points about like, you know, like it makes sense all of this and what's going on, but we are so positive about NXT all the time, and there are certain times like this where it's a little like, okay, that felt a little loose.
This is a real. It's almost like they're letting it slip through their hands because NXT, a lot of times, is really good about giving too much information.
Yeah,
they'll sit there and
that's a good point too.
Remember when I was 5 years old? Remember the Von Wagner story?
Right. Yeah.
That much information on Von Wagner.
That's like, ooh, airplane. Right. Like,
yeah, man.
Like they gave us too much information on that. So, like, just give us like, and NXT is really good about giving information stuff. So they're gonna have to sit down and really give us the information on him. Not to mention, give the tag team some time on TV so we can start to care about them.
Yeah. Yeah. I think that's fair. Yeah. Just more time.
Not
100%.
not brawls, but actual matches,
Yeah.
storylines.
To
And
really develop
look,
it.
look, man. I said that Fraxium was the tag team of the year, like for a big part of this year. I don't know if that's the case anymore. Like, I just don't know if it's because it's stories about them as individuals, and it hasn't really been about them being a tag team. Like, how can I pick them over somebody like a Jade and Bianca who've been
If
putting
we
in a
look at it,
lot of work,
if
going
we look
against a
at it,
lot of different girls, being the main focus of what the entire women's picture is on the main roster. My bad, but yeah,
they're in the same boat because both of their tag divisions have both been fluctuating. The only difference is now Jade and Bianca's is on the rise, where it seems like NXT's is kind of sitting down here. But
it,
I don't think that should take away from everything that they've
oh,
done
for
because they
sure.
have had
It isn't a
matches.
fair comparison in a way too because it's Jade and Bianca. That's
Yeah.
like Dwayne Wade and LeBron
I,
James.
think, I actually think it's a very one
Super
because
team.
I want you to sit there and think back to Chase U versus
But they're bigger stars
Fraction
though,
earlier this year. But that's been the thing with NXT. They don't have the biggest stars, and they're still putting on great 5-star classic matches.
for sure. All right, we gotta get to the next topic though. We spent
Yeah,
20 on
it's
this
time
joint.
for the next topic. Let's talk about Diet Scott Hall, All Ego, Ethan Page, and Axiom. I'm kidding. That was the last topic. Let's talk about Lola Vice and Ren Sinclair.
We throwing
Woof.
butt.
That was
Throwing
bad. I
butt.
did it again. That was a
They
throwback.
throwing butt.
Dude, you give me the teleprompter. I got confused. This one's Lola Vice and Sinclair.
They throwing
Lola
ass.
Vice with the victory via not just a back fist, but a spinning
back
fist.
Spinning
Doing it
back.
better than Eddie Kingston out here.
Spinning back fist. Then she looks
Ooh.
right into the lens.
Eddie Kingston
He's
ain't
doing the
deserve that
Huracan
shot,
though. That's a
Drizzy.
spinning back hand.
She's doing it better than Eddie.
They're
I
different.
gotta
He's
give it
going
to her.
spinning back hand.
Hey
She's going
man,
closed fist.
I miss the Mad King, bro.
She's using the hammock bone.
Oh, but I mean, she is
For
also
leverage.
she's also a walking weapon. You know, word to Josh Alexander for what she's done before her time in WWE.
No doubt about it, but calls out Jada Parker. Driz, I'm gonna have to go to you about this one. Right into the camera. Calls out Jada. Your thoughts.
Before we get into the Lola Vice calling out Jada, I think we need to applaud Ren Sinclair over being the perfect punching bag for her. She provided just the different type of cloth, the different type of material that Lola needs to show her skills as a mixed martial artist. And I really do think that Ren has been a very good partner for a lot of the girls. For I think it was Jada last week, and this week Lola. She's been the perfect glue to show both of these women are dangerous. Now we get to Lola, who's basically become the Undertaker of NXT Underground now. I love that they've made her that, and now we're getting. That's probably going to happen at Deadline. We're probably going to get Jada and Lola in probably one of the most violent NXT Underground matches in a while because the last one had a brick crushed over somebody's head. I can only imagine what these women are about to do to each other. You have a mixed martial artist and somebody who's strong enough to throw you through a wall. You are about to get some grade A fighting. This better be fight of the night stuff. This very well could rival the two Iron Survivor matches. Those are exciting, but Lola and Jada have a special je ne sais quoi that just you have to sit there watching because you know they're going to be doing some amazing stuff.
No doubt about it. I think Lola and Jada are world class both. And like it's a matchup. Yeah. They're two of the absolute best on the women's roster. Lola Vice gets the win. But also, by the way, isn't Lola in the incorrect in saying, is she not in the Iron Survivor?
No,
No,
that was I think that was a mistake I had made. Because hold on, wait a minute.
Wait, Jada is.
Jada's in the second chance.
Right.
They're both. I think they're. She's in the second chance.
But
I'm now confused.
I'm trying to figure out how Ren Sinclair got into the second chance match.
Because she lost. She lost to Stephanie.
No, Jada lost.
But she lost to Zarya. She lost to Zarya. My bad.
Okay, that's where it was. Okay, because I remember a week ago Jada and Ren fought. So like, how did we get here?
We're still
they both dog walk. She dog walk her, so she wanted to show that she could dog walk her worse.
Genius. We're still trying to dog walk Duke over here at KU. That's all I'm saying. But at the same time, we still got to talk about a few different topics here. We're going to get to Julia and Kalani, I assure you. Stay tuned. We're going to get to Tatum and JC Jane in our main event of the evening. But first and foremost, I want to talk about losing really quickly. Because I love the work that Tony D's done thus far. I love what Tony D did against Obafemi. I love a lot of what I've seen lately. But Shawn Spears, how am I supposed to take Shawn Spears seriously as some sort of a leader and visionary and all of this stuff if he just gets the stuff kicked out of him, the stuffing kicked out of him every single time he wrestles? And that's basically what it is. And that's basically what it's been. And I'm starting to get concerned because we see a lot of, and maybe this is Lexis King's fault, not to blame anybody in particular, but we see a lot of these storylines, people that say things and don't do things. That is starting to become Shawn Spears. He's starting to say a lot of things and not do a lot of things. I don't know how I'm supposed to continue to assume he has a chance to beat people like the Tony D's of the world or other wrestlers and so forth if cerebrally he can't outthink anybody. Because thus far, I can count on one hand how many times he's won since he's been in NXT. Shad, I'm going to go to you on this one. Am I just going crazy here, or am I wrong on this Spears thing?
Yeah, Shawn Spears is just like the creepy jobber at this point. Like, he doesn't hold any threat to anything from when he initially started to where we are now. I thought the initial debut was exciting, different, unexpected. I thought it was cool for him to kind of bring in this version of Shawn Spears to NXT. And I get what he's trying to do. He's trying to be a bit of a mastermind where he's able to kind of find young wrestlers that are in a sunken place in a way and try to steer them in for his vision of what it may be. But it's not a winning recipe. It hasn't shown that so much. And I like the character work. I think he's compelling, but like you said, I think you got to back it with a bit of some seriousness for us to see him as a viable threat, right? Like, it's the same problem that I initially had with on the main roster with the Final Testament and Karrion Kross, where Kross was eating a lot of L's, but like the stuff he was doing is dope, but like you're not invested when you just see him as a periodic loser. Now Kross is kind of steered the ship, and I feel like they need a way to steer the ship. The other thing is this. I don't know if he's got the correct people that are part of his little posse. Like I think what's his name? Jensen is cool. I think he's kind of crashing out a little bit, and that makes sense, but they got to do a little bit more with that. And the new dude, I don't know who the hell he is. I thought like one of the AOP dudes like had a little brother that ran out of somewhere, and he found his way on NXT. It very well may be that. Hell, he might be related to me.
Yeah, I know Samoan.
This is a wild comment. And from Deontay Belladonna, he said he basically Sean O'Hare, but just more boring. My goodness, I will say, rest in peace, Sean O'Hare.
I know O'Hare was not boring.
Absolute legend, because
No,
I
he's
will say,
saying
when I was
Spears
about
is more
12
boring.
or 13,
He
I
is
saw
more
Sean
boring.
O'Hare wrestle a dark match for a Raw. And I kid you not, I was like, this guy is going to be the next main eventer. He's going to be the best. Rest in peace. Obviously, it did not work
R.I.P.
out.
for sure.
But man, that guy was unbelievably talented. Now, I do see the parallels in character work when it comes to this. The cerebral side, the psychological side. So I obviously rest in peace, Sean O'Hare, but like I will say I do see where you're coming from there in the comparisons to Sean O'Hare's current character, right? Trying to get under people's skin, the knowing more, the kind of talking in almost like parables, right? Like the way he sort of delivers those promos.
Yeah. Spears got like a cult leader type of
yeah, he's got some weird vibes when it comes to that. Yeah. When it comes to delivery on that.
But the issue with it is also, man, like you run into a problem is when you kind of you mimic a lot of stuff that are similar. Obviously, he's not the same as a Wyatt's or a Final Testament, but he's like kind of got the same lure as them in a way. Like you gotta create ways to.
It almost gives like a dark Chase U, maybe. Like he's mentoring these people. Like I don't.
By the way,
that's just the best way I can see it.
I got to shout out Bobby Petito here, going full facts and info on us with the name is Nico Vance on the guy earlier that we didn't know. What a legend! Thank you, Bobby.
Is he Russian?
I don't know. We just have his name. I'm just shouting out Bobby for finding the name. That's all. Like,
we'll find out next week. They actually
we're one step closer.
Hey, bro, you never know. He kind of looked like one of Nikola Jokic's brothers. So
he did kind of. Nico Vance. I don't know. Absolutely. He said, I'm not, Bobby's not sure either. We're good.
It's okay, Bobby. Bobby. He's not sure either.
Hey,
he doesn't know what he is.
I was best man at my buddy Nico's wedding last year. It was wild. He's Italian though, different. It was a wild wedding. It was fun.
Okay. Maybe he's Italian though. Maybe he'll join Tony D after.
Hey.
I know as well as anybody. Let's talk about Julia and Kalani.
Yes.
Because this is just like put it on a poster stuff.
Classic.
Like an absolute, like this is Ollie Frazier type stuff. Julia picks up the victory. Kalani sat in that triangle choke for as long as I've seen
so long.
Sit like in a triangle choke. Absolutely electric. Man, I think Kalani Jordan might be the best pure wrestler in the women's division on NXT.
Athletic, yes. Pure wrestler, no.
I think pure wrestler.
Absolutely the most athletic in that group that we like to talk about. But I'm not gonna say she's the best pure wrestler just yet.
Who do you think the best pure wrestler is? Okay, talk to me about that, and then talk to me about the match too.
I can tell you if we're gonna talk about best pure period right now, maybe a Sol Ruka, which goes hand in hand. Those two go hand in hand anyway, because it seems like anything one can do, the other seems to do thinks they can do better. But definitely, Sol Ruka is gonna be the top of my list on if we're gonna put like a best pure wrestler. Like I said, I think Kalani still has some work to do, but definitely give it to Sol. I think, in fact, I feel like you could stick Sol Ruka in the middle of the Raw women's title scene, and she would take over almost. That's what I want to say.
All right, Dryzzy. Honestly, we're gonna do a new segment here, brought to you by the Boogeyman, called "Opening Up a Can of Worms," and we are going to discuss.
Both of y'all are wrong, man. Both of y'all are wrong. Both of y'all are wrong, bro.
That's what I mean, Shad.
The best pure women's wrestler is Stephanie Vaquer on the NXT roster. Like, ain't nobody touching her bell to bell on that roster. She might be the best pure in-ring women's wrestler in the world. Like, the only person I would put above her is maybe a Saray or Io Sky. I think Stephanie Dustin, both of them
Stephanie's
pound
not
for
the best
pound.
in the world.
Easily she is. Easily.
Ben Kobe, if you're listening, put it on the poll.
Gets that.
Ben or
She
Kobe,
did better
if
than
you are,
she did better than this. She outworked Mercedes in their match.
Mercedes won.
If Ben
because
is
she was booked to
listening,
win the match,
or maybe even Kobe, put it on a poll. Fan vote. I'll take Kalani Jordan. Shad.
but
Who's
I
your
got
official
Stephanie.
pick?
I got Stephanie.
Yeah,
Stephanie
vodka?
Vaquer. Stephanie
your official
Vaquer.
pick, Driz?
I said it last week.
I know so, Ruka.
She
put it on the poll. The new
is the women's
segment,
Eddie's. She's the female Eddie Guerrero.
brought to you by the Boogeyman, the Can of Worms poll of the week on NXT Off the Air. Kalani Jordan, Sol Ruka, or who did you have again, Shad?
Stephanie
Vaquer. I know. I'm just totally messing with you. That's terrible. I'm so sorry. I am too competitive. That's terrible. But seriously, Ben, make the poll.
Julia's up there too, man. Like I thought she really showed out tonight. I think this was her strongest singles match, besides the Roxanne match, maybe. But I don't know. I may have low key liked it a little bit more. Like I think she had a good groove with Kalani. I think the chemistry and style between them meshed really well with Kalani being the pure athlete, having that agility and speed, and Stephanie being able to catch that like a Venus flytrap and catching her in a moment and just being, the IQ being a step ahead of her, like them telling that story in a match. But Julia's really like she's her too, bro. Like I don't want to shy anything away from her. I think she is a superstar that you can definitely strap a title on and let her carry the company if you need her to do so. Like she's got that type of element towards her. Like I think I'm enamored by how she comes out. I think she looks like the most interesting person in the room within her ring gear, within the mask, just everything about her. She just looks like a star, like a damn star in the sky that is bright as hell. Like she's got it. She's definitely got it.
But can't you say that about a lot of the NXT women nowadays? The ones that are the full
that's
product?
a good problem to have.
Like we literally were just talking about Tatum Paxley. Like, yeah, she's definitely a complete package.
Tatum Paxley's just the GOAT.
We're going there next.
She's just a GOAT.
No teasers here. That's exactly where we're going next. Speaking of Tatum Paxley, let's get into our final segment of the evening. We've got Tatum Paxley and JC Jane. Also the return of
not JC Jane, not JC Jane, Fallon Henley.
That's what you typed. It's Fallon Henley.
Ron read the teleprompter.
You was watching the basketball game. I was testing you, dog.
Read the teleprompter, dude.
Don't blame me on air. Just
be like, my bad. I'm blaming myself. Oh,
no, hey, but we did.
Everyone, hit the rewind button for a second. Not literally.
Look, bro, I'm tired.
Hang on, I'm gonna deliver this perfectly. I got this time. Ready? We've got Tatum Paxley taking on Fallon in the main event with the return of Gigi Dolan. Boom. Did I get it?
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. Now we're talking. We're back. Yeah, Fallon retains. Fallon retains
with shenanigans.
Bush League.
It was Bush League. Who wants to go first? Flip a coin. Rock, paper, scissors.
It don't matter to me. I'm gonna chew this whole segment up. Like
I'm just gonna go ahead and say my biggest gripe always about Tatum Paxley was never character work. It was never presentation. It was always the in ring. It always seemed like it never made sense. Her movesets never made sense. Tonight, it all made sense. It all clicked. Everything looked great. She should have won in my eyes, honestly. She looks like a complete product. She's ready for the main roster. I'm ready to see her hop out of Lyra Valkyria's luggage on Raw at this point. So for her to, and they do it to her so much, and I hate it so much. She's like their Bray Wyatt, their Finn Balor, their top star that can take a loss every time. Like they only so far they can get so far in to take a loss. Eventually, they got to give that girl a win before she goes to the main roster because she has been a bright spot in the women's division for a while now. In a very deep, strong women's division, she has been a bright spot. She's found an incredible way to stand out amongst all those women, and she put on a hell of a main event tonight.
No doubt about that. I will say, though, I know Shad has been waiting all evening to discuss. This is not just another Tatum Tuesday. This is not singing time. This isn't time for that. This is time for Shad. What happened tonight with Tatum?
Bush League happened. I'm in a loss of words, bro. I don't know why they allow heathens in the outside of the ring to try to take away what is inevitable. And inevitable is that Tatum Paxley has been searching for gold like she was a leprechaun on a foggy day in March, looking for the rainbow. And it didn't happen with Lyra. It didn't happen with Tiffany. When is it going to happen, NXT? Michael Hickenbottom, when the hell is it going to happen? You are wasting a champion that should have not one belt, but probably both belts on her waist, as well as the idea of all the dolls having too many belts as well. Like, this is marketing genius, but regardless of what it is, I'm not going to go off on a tangent that much because Tatum Paxley showed why she is the most underrated women's wrestler in professional wrestling. In my honest opinion, I don't think there is anything she does wrong at all. I think her moveset is remarkable. We're talking pure athletes. We're talking pure strength. She's got it. Her 450 slash, her finishing move, all of it is damn near perfect. The character work is damn near perfect. The way she talks and all of that. They haven't even let her take the road running yet. And that's what's kind of confusing and frustrating because I don't know, man. You got something special in there. Maybe it is one of those cases she gets to the main roster, it might go better for her. But I will have to say this also, because it's not only about her. It's about a returning Gigi Dolan. And welcome back, Gigi Dolan. We're excited to see you. If this is a match to get to Gigi versus Fallon and Gigi going against JC and the return of all of that, I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. I'm gonna be a little pissed off. Because I don't like it happening for the expense of Tatum Paxley. I think Tatum Paxley deserves better. I think it's justice for Tatum Paxley. And if Tatum Paxley does not win gold in NXT, I will no longer review NXT on Tuesday anymore.
Okay, wait. If she gets a really wicked call up though, like in the Rumble.
Goodbye.
Can we? No.
Hey,
I love
how
it.
You do that?
I love it.
No, man. Or give it. No, man. No. She needs to win gold in NXT. She needs to win. So, and Deontay, I will shadow ban you, brother. I will shadow ban you. Don't you ever say that. Don't you ever wish to put that out on the universe, bro. She's better than Dominic Dijak.
Dijak really
She's better than What is Dijak doing?
Donovan?
Yeah, I just saw him on MLW this past weekend.
Yeah, he wrestling over in the little leagues.
Hey, ain't no MLW slander over here, man. They be doing some good shit over there.
Okay, by the way, honestly, the irony of that is,
Right.
doesn't the ML stand for Major League Wrestling?
It does.
Yeah, he's batting for the what do they call it? The one in our area is called Fred Nats. He's on the Fred Nats.
And after for the minors,
Fredericksburg Nats. Nah, Dijak is cool, but he's no Tatum. Like, I honestly, like, no bullshit, bro. I think Tatum actually could be like doing the same stuff that Nikki Cross could be doing, but even better. I think she's got like a higher.
I think
like
she's
the
as capable as. I would agree.
The bag she can get in is not even been shown yet, bro. Like, I think she could get in a serious bag. Like, the potential
character
is out
work
the
is
roof.
really outstanding.
But the in ring is also outstanding too. Like,
no, I agree. I'm just saying, to your point, like the comparison to Nikki Cross, like in what she's doing currently too, like the character work from Tatum is off the charts as well. That's all. I agree.
Yeah.
I think both are great.
There's more depth into it as well. Like, I think she adds more to an element to it, right? Like with Nikki Cross, we haven't seen what type of bag she gets into because they just have her doing what she does. Or like even like a person like an Abaddon, right? She just looks, she don't talk or nothing. Like Tatum, she could talk, she could do it all, bro. She is the literal GOAT.
No doubt about it. I hear you. This was a fun episode of NXT. We've got Survivor Series coming up. We got all kinds of stuff coming up here at WR, guys, right? I mean, if you haven't checked out all of our other stuff, we got Sunday Night Spotlight this week. We got a special edition on Thanksgiving early in the morning. Me and Shotty breaking it down. That one's going to be a blast.
Yeah.
Keep your eyes peeled for more to come from Dryzzy's end as well.
Because they just, by the way, I'm excited because they just announced a banger match on AEW tomorrow.
Now we're talking. So that's going to make Thursday even more fun. Happy Thanksgiving to everybody in the U.S. Hope you enjoyed it. If you haven't already liked and subscribed, please do. On behalf of me, Clark Taylor, Shotty, and Dryzzy, thank you so much for tuning in. Have an excellent Tuesday night. And also, right this second, Rock Chalk Jayhawk. Thank you so much. Have a good one.